Welcome into CHGO Bets Daily, coming to you live from Studio B of our CHGO offices here in the West Loop of Chicago. I'm degenerate number 1, Sean Anderson. That's degenerate number 2, Cody Delmendo. You can follow him at Cody_CHGO. You can follow me at Sean_W_Anderson. You can follow the show at CHGO_Bets. We're being produced today by the one, the only, Joey Spathis.
It's been a while. I haven't seen Joey in like a month.
I know. I missed everybody. I miss everyone so much.
Legitimately, I don't think the last time I saw him.
I'm just here now at night for the Bulls.
Did you go back to camp or something?
No. Okay. Doing the
he
Bulls.
just specifically does Bulls shows, and that's it.
I mean, hey.
But he's doing bets for once today.
Yeah, thankfully, you showed up.
I actually requested to do bets today.
Oh, big
Any reason?
Big, huge of me. Yeah, missed you, like I said.
You're trying to get winning bets, too. We are going to be talking about Bears-Packers, focusing on Justin Fields rushing props, maybe even Khalil Herbert rushing props for Cody. Then we'll just look around week 18 of the NFL season. Maybe there's some lines that we like. I know there's definitely one game that I want to give out. I think it's a lock. I think it's a winner. So we're going to put on the big chain from The Simpsons, the big lock chain, and we're gonna lock it up, Cody. So first off, let's start with Justin Fields, and the Bears are going to be going into Lambeau Field on Sunday, 3:25. Packers win and they secure a playoff position. Bears win, they knock out Green Bay. So it's a very big game in this rivalry. And when we were talking before the show, we were like, well, Green Bay doesn't have that good of a rushing defense, and we're going to look at the guy, maybe the best player on the Bears, in Justin Fields, to go over his rushing yards. You brought up that against the Falcons, even though it was a great game for Fields, 11 rushes, 45 yards, did go under that prop. Right now, it's still available either over 50.5 on a certain apparel sports book, and that's at minus 125, and then 51.5 at minus 114 on a dueling. Get it? A dueling sports book. And then all the other books are at 52.5, but they're priced at minus 115. So if you are going to play any of those lines, either 50.5, 51.5, 52.5, I don't know if you like the yards, like if you feel that certainty of exchanging 10 cents to go from 50.5 at minus 125 to minus 114 at 51.5, or the fact that 51.5 is priced close to that minus 110, close to that even number, when other books have it at 52.5. So, like, you know what I'm saying here? Would you rather take 51.5 at minus 114 or 50.5 at minus 125?
Obviously, the 51.5.
Okay. I didn't know it was obvious.
Well, I think it's
just don't
obvious.
take 52.5.
Right.
Because then you're stupid.
51.5 is a great number here. I'll tell you why, all right? In 6 of his last 8 games as a road underdog, Justin Fields has gone over 51.5 rushing yards. And the Bears are...
You have it down to road underdog?
Road underdog is a road underdog.
Man, you are a degenerate.
He has gone over 51.5 rushing yards 6 of his last 8 games. On top of that, the Packers give up the most rushing yards to quarterbacks in the NFL, Sean.
What the hell is that app?
Outlier.bet. It's a great. I highly recommend Outlier.bet. This is a free ad. Outlier.bet has helped me win a lot of money.
Joey, can you clip this and send this to sales? let's get Outlier.bet as a partner.
I've actually told our salespeople about Outlier.bet. So yes.
God damn. Because I mean, just off the eye test. I mean, Justin's looked so much more comfortable. He has been willing to run, and we've seen these such impressive runs, even though he didn't go over the total in the last game at home. He still had that crazy 3rd down run on 3rd and 8 where he's escaping all those guys, and he has a highlight run. Also has a rushing touchdown. He's got a rushing touchdown in 3 of his 4 last games. So, like, he just, off the eye test, it's like, of course he's going to go over 51.5 yards. It's the Packers, right? Yeah. Like, I feel like there's a lot of lines that the situation is baked in, right? Puka needs, I think, 4 receptions to break an NFL reception number. So if you're going to be betting on Puka Nacua receptions or receiving yards, that line's going to be juiced, and it's already going to have that idea into the line. The Bears having the ability to knock the Packers out, but this being a must-win for the Packers, like this being a must-win game at home is baked into the line, right? Like this is probably a 1-point line if this is a Week 17 game, and if there's no playoff implications. Like these teams aren't drastically different. The Bears, as of late, have been one of the better teams. So power rating wise, you could probably make the argument that neutral field, this is probably a pick'em game. But the fact that this is a must-win game, you see the lines at 3. I don't know if all of it's baked into the ways that the Bears can win or possibly put pressure on the Packers, and that is Justin running, right? Like, how do the Bears be successful on Sunday? And it's with the legs of number 1. And they've apparently, according to this app, whenever they are road underdogs, they rely on his legs.
Well, I was saying this before we started the show, too, is the Packers' run defense is one of the worst in the NFL in general. They're 28th in rushing yards allowed in the NFL. So Justin Fields, Khalil Herbert, Roschon Johnson. I mean, the Bears are a run-first team. Cole Kmet has gone on the Bears podcast, CHGO Bears podcast, and said that himself with his own mouth, all right? The Packers, or the Bears, they are second in the NFL in rushing yards. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. They rank second in the NFL in yards gained on the ground. So I think that the matchup is really good for the Bears. I understand in terms of history, recent history especially. I mean, they haven't beat Green Bay since 2018. I also don't think the Bears have been this good since 2018, considering I know they got pounded week 1, but I think we can all sit here and logically agree that this Bears team is different now than it was week 1.
Absolutely.
You can say the same thing about Green Bay as well, I think, but I think you've seen a lot more inconsistencies over the course of the season from Green Bay than you have from the Bears. The Bears, they were really bad that first month. Then they started to figure out some things, and they were inconsistent. But over the last month or so, since Justin Fields came back from injury, offensively, they've been pretty good.
Defensively, they've been a top 5 team. I mean, I think they've been incredible. But that's the one thing too. Then, as a pessimistic Bears fan,
right,
the Bears haven't beaten the Packers since 2018. They haven't won a game in Lambeau since 2015. It's been a long time. The Packers have had their fucking number. And the one issue is you saw how good Jordan Love looked week 1. You saw how bad he looked the first time you saw Brian Flores' defense. You saw how good he looked the second time he saw Brian Flores' defense just last week. What is Jordan Love going to do against a Matt Eberflus defense? This is going to be different than the week 1 defense as well, because there has been the change from Alan Williams to Matt Eberflus over those past 17 weeks. But will Jordan Love look more comfortable against this defense? Now with Montez Sweat, will they be able to force more errors from Jordan Love? It's a very fascinating game.
Yeah.
I have all of the juice as
for a game that doesn't necessarily matter for us, like for the Bears.
But it does.
But it does.
It does. You want to win. Every team wants to win Week 18.
Well,
I mean,
especially in a rivalry game, you have the opportunity to end the Packers' playoff hopes. Yeah.
You saw it with the fucking Texans last year.
Yeah.
They had every reason to lose that game. Right. And they did everything to lose that game, and then got a chance to win the game, and then won the game, and then, hey, you know, we get to
this is different since it's a rivalry game. Like, the Bears legitimately have a chance to do exactly what the Lions did last year. Right. So there is a lot to play for in this game, but like on the outside looking in, if you're not a fan of either of these teams, you might look at it like, why does this game matter? And it's like, because not only is it a rivalry, but the Bears have a chance to end the playoff hopes for the Packers, take a lot of momentum into the offseason, and I think it cements, if they win this game, I think it cements Fields being here next year. So we'll see.
I don't know about that. One real quick though. You also liked Herbert, right?
Yeah.
Khalil Herbert. If you are going to bet, we don't have a sponsor today on the show. So here's a little secret. There's also Outlier.bet. There's also Odds Jam, which gives you the ability to like look at every single book and then compare the lines. Khalil Herbert on most books, 58.5. You got FanDuel minus 114, Bet Rivers minus 114, Caesars 59.5 minus 111. Very weird, right, Cody? I mean, you even want to play it on DraftKings minus 130 at 59.5. So then, if I told you a book was offering over 55.5, 3 different yards at minus 120, there is no reason to not go to PointsBet right now and to bet that. That is huge EV right there with. If DraftKings like that, a book like that posting 59.5 at minus 130, and you have a 4-yard difference at a better price, I don't know why you're looking at me. Go to your fucking app and bet Khalil Herbert over 55.5 yards.
Yeah.
Like that is a definitely a time to attack the market, because that's a bad line, and that line's probably not going to last there that long. So I mean,
he's also just in. I mean, I've already explained how the Packers' run defense sucks. The Bears have one of the best run offenses in football. Khalil Herbert has gone over 100 yards rushing the last 2 weeks since it looks like he's healthy. He's been kind of hurt all season. He's coming on here at the end of the year. I mean, if you want the plus odds, like find an alternate line, I'd go up to 70, 80. I honestly, I would. I just think that the Bears are going to run at Lambeau Field as much as they can on Sunday.
I mean, but even then, if you wanted over 70 yards, DraftKings plus 130. So, I mean, it's just lay 100 on fucking Khalil Herbert to go over 55.5 yards. I mean, sometimes you got the right prop. I'm with you though. I think
most of the money coming in on the over, and it makes obvious sense based off rankings and stuff like that.
Bears will want to give Jordan Love the least amount of opportunities to hurt them,
run the ball,
control the clock, and then once he does have an opportunity, use that hits principle and go get some interceptions. God damn it.
And from what I remember from the week 1 game, Aaron Jones dominated the Bears in that game. And I don't like the Bears' run defense is one of the best in the NFL. So I think if he's going to have any impact for the Packers offensively, it will be through the passing game, screen passes in the flat, something like that, design plays like that for him. If he's going to, he has had a lot of good games against the Bears. If you want to. If there was one guy for the Packers that I would say to bet on for this game, it would be Aaron Jones.
He's questionable. He wasn't that great on the ground. 9 carries, 41 yards. He did have a touchdown, but he also had a 51-yard reception, 4 receptions, or 2 receptions for 86 yards and a touchdown. So he did have 2 touchdowns in that game. And I was about to say too, he's been hurt and banged up, but actually, over the past 2 games, 20 carries and 120 yards. 20 carries, 120 against Minnesota. 21 carries, 127 against Carolina. Hasn't been huge in the passing game. Only 1 reception in the past 2 games. But, I mean, he does look a little bit more healthy. It does seem like the offensive line has also been a little bit healthier for Green Bay. So it's an interesting matchup with a lot of different ways to look. And 2, I think that game from last week's probably more competitive if they play Mullins for the entire game. So did Green Bay look that good because of Green Bay, or did Minnesota make a mistake?
And Bears fandom aside, honestly, everything I've been saying has been more so from a gambling perspective. Green Bay, this is a massive letdown spot. They on Sunday night against the Chiefs, they somehow won that game against Kansas City. The next week, they lost against the Giants, a team that they should have beat. All right, this is almost the same type of scenario. A lot of money coming in early this week on the Packers because they blew out the Vikings the way they did. I think on like public money, I would say. I just think this is the perfect spot to take the Bears. If you don't want to bet the money line because they can't beat them, I think this game's at least close. So it's a 3-point spread. I think it's a field goal game. If the Bears lose this, they lose by a game-ending field goal or something like that. I don't know. It'll be very, very sad, and I'll be very upset. But I just logically, I don't see the Bears losing this game. I'm not even not from my Bears fandom at all. Logically, I feel like the Bears are going to win this game.
It seems like this line's going to probably stick at either 2.5 or 3. If you want the Bears, I'd say take them now at 3. I don't see this going to 3.5.
It was at 3.5 and it came down, so maybe some money's coming on the Bears. But
our friends over at Circa have it at minus 110 at plus 3 for the Bears, and then Pinnacle has it at minus 122 for plus 3. So it does seem like at least the books that do accept a large bets, they're at least
Yeah.
Closer to 3 than they are 2.5. All right, let's take a quick break. Actually, we don't have a break.
We don't? Okay.
No, we don't have a break. All right, well, I think the Bears cover as well. I think the Bears will win this game. But also, I am a Bears fan, so I'm not going to bet money line. I'll hope for a push. But I do think Justin Fields and then Khalil Herbert rushing props are the way to go because I think the Bears do try to control the clock and try to keep the Packers under 20 and try to force interceptions.
Do you have a bet for tonight? No?
What's tonight?
I mean, there's 2 NBA games. There's college hoops. I'm just curious if you have.
No, I don't.
I have a play for tonight.
Okay, go ahead.
My play for tonight is Aaron Gordon over 6.5 rebounds. Nuggets and Warriors. All right.
Wow, people are tuning in for that one, Cody.
Hey, we giving
He's
you
returned from the dog bite.
we're giving you plays for Sunday, and I'm giving you plays for tonight. All right.
Of course you are.
And I think that's very big of me. All right. Aaron Gordon, 6.5 rebounds. The last 3 games against the Warriors that he has played in, he has gone double-digit rebounds. All right. And he's at plus money tonight. So that's one where you can get him at plus 115. And he's gone over. In recent games, he has not gone over this line, and that's probably why it's at plus money. But against the Warriors in his last 3 games, he has gone 10, 11, 10. All right. And on top of that, against power forwards, the Warriors are ranked 21st in the NBA in rebounds allowed. So I think with the way that the Warriors play defensively, I just think he has a chance to get a lot of boards. So that's my one play for the night. Aaron Gordon over 6.5 rebounds. Plus, I think on DraftKings I had a boost for the NBA tonight. It's like for me it's a $10 max bet, so it's like from plus 115 to plus 142 or something like that. So $10 wins you like I don't know 20.
Yeah, and you hit your first parlay of 2024 yesterday.
I did.
11-1. So
and I gave you Dante DiVincenzo over 2.5 threes, and he had 2 threes in the first quarter last night and hit it very quickly.
Yeah, and guess what? I gave you Isaiah Hartenstein over 12.5 rebounds and assists, and I didn't fucking bet it. And he had 20 rebounds.
But that's good. When Sean doesn't actually make the bets,
plus money,
they win. All right? So if only Sean had told all of you that he didn't actually place the bet.
If only I had an indispensable bankroll and just could bet on every single prop that I ever think of, and then we'd be great. But I have to be choosy and still lose.
I'm also taking Minnesota plus 6.5 against Michigan tonight. This is college hoops. Minnesota, 6.5 point road dog against Michigan. Michigan stinks. Minnesota's
they
also
lost to
not
McNeese
good.
State.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Minnesota beat Nebraska the other day. Nebraska's low key, kind of good in the Big Ten.
Basketball school, Nebraska.
This year they are, yeah.
Is Dylan Raiola playing for them too?
I don't think so. I don't know. But I give you 2 picks, all right? Minnesota plus 6.5, Aaron Gordon over 6.5 rebounds. Let's ride.
All right, I like it. And you said Minnesota did well against Nebraska?
They did. They beat Nebraska outright.
Nebraska's a little bit higher than Michigan on the Ken Palm, so we'll see what Minnesota does tonight. I like the play. I got one play for Sunday.
Outside of Bears.
Outside of the Bears, right. Okay. Outside of the Bears. One lock.
Ooh, he's calling it a lock.
It is a lock. Joey, do we have any lock sound effects? I know you're on your phone. Can you just press one of those buttons? Just something funny. It doesn't even have to be a lock. Just make a funny noise. Just take your time. Pick the best sound effect that might make. I mean, is it mostly just like clips?
Hello, I like money.
There you go.
Hello.
Hey.
Okay.
Do you know who's a good quarterback?
Wait. You said you have a lock?
A lock, yeah. There you go. It's very SpongeBob themed.
Yeah.
We also host CHGO SpongeBob in the studio. Lock of the week.
Okay.
The Panthers should have selected C.J. Stroud with the number 1 overall pick. The Texans got lucky, and C.J. Stroud fell to them.
Yeah.
With the win, the Houston Texans go from the worst team in the NFL, basically, because they got lucky on the Hail Mary and then converted a 2-point conversion to even win the game to not be the worst team in the NFL. The Texans are going to go from the second worst team in the NFL to making the playoffs with a victory against the Colts. You can get them at minus 118 on the money line. You're giving me the better quarterback, the better defense, the better head coach, the team that's playing better. CJ Stroud, I understand, is coming off of a concussion, but he did just play last week and had a QB rating over 102, 1 touchdown, no interception. This is a kid that is played in the big game, has been in those big moments at Ohio State, going to Indianapolis, a place that he's played before in the Big Ten title game, is not going to scare him. The Colts don't scare him. CJ Stroud is the real deal. He's going to the playoffs. They're winning that game. Take the Texans on the money line. Lock it up.
I like it.
Lock it up.
I might ride.
Why might? Why kill my vibe? It's a lock. I just said it's a lock. You know what?
Well, see, I'm trying to play your vibe here by saying I might do this, and if I don't play it, then it'll hit.
We'll see.
All right.
We'll see.
All right. To make it better, I'm in. Texans money line.
It feels fake now. That's Cody Delmendo. You can follow him at Cody_CHGO. You got any more players? Or you
No.
Okay. You're
Well, I
tapped
do.
out
I'm gonna
Minnesota.
I'll tweet them out, but I forgot them all. But those are the two that I really like tonight.
Follow him at Cody_CHGO. He's tweeting out winning parlays before every Bulls game.
I'm 1-1 in my last 2 parlays. Let's go. But,
1-1.
But I finally won one for 2024, and it came 3 days in.
Let's go. And thankfully, we were produced by Joey Spathis. Joey 1K. You could follow him at Joey_Spathis.
Just Joey Spathis.
Just Joey Spathis. And don't worry, Ellie, I'm ending the show now. I'll be there in 2 seconds. Studio A is just over there. You can follow me at Sean_W_Anderson. Goodbye.
We all silly like the man.